Hey there, everybody. Chief Meteorologist Tim Buckley live with you. It is Monday evening, of course, Monday afternoon, and we're tracking some weather moving our way as we go into tomorrow. I think this time of day, especially getting into the 4, 5, 6, and 7 o'clock time frame, we could be pretty busy tracking a fair number of storms in our area that could pack a bit of a punch. So we've got you up to speed with a severe weather threat, and let's get right to it, showing you where those storms are right now. If you look across the country, you'll see these are moving through parts of the Midwest right now. Places like Chicago, Wisconsin, and Indiana have been having a pretty tough time throughout the day today. And right now, they're still making some progress going farther and farther south. So if you watch here, you'll notice the motion on these is kind of north to south, really northwest to southeast as they're tracking there. Now, it's pretty far away from us, obviously, but it's not all that far. If you measure it, it's only about 300 or so miles away. And so by this time tomorrow, we should start to see some of that moving into the Carolinas. And that's why we've got a weather impact alert. We told you about this over the weekend. Haven't really changed the timing, although as we go into this evening, we might adjust this a little bit more. If anything, we probably can trim up that cutoff time, that midnight time frame. We'll give you the all clear as soon as we are able heading into tomorrow. But I definitely want you to be up to speed, or at least paying attention weather-wise, by about 3 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The main threats here would be damaging winds and that low threat of tornadoes. And when we say that can make you nervous. I understand that. We don't have too many days throughout the year that perk our interest for tornadoes, but it's worth mentioning for tomorrow, and we'll get to the whys here in just a second. Some of the models do spit out a little bit of rainfall as early as lunchtime tomorrow, so this would be around noon to 1 o'clock or so. But as we go beyond that, this is when we start to kind of get a little bit more aware. 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock. You see how these storms have a little bit of individual structure to them? In meteorology, we call those discrete cells, which just kind of means they're behaving on their own. They're not part of a big line moving in unison. When that happens, that's when we can start to see some problems with rotation. And some of the models we're looking at right now show a good bit of rotation with those storms for tomorrow. So what we'll watch for on radar is, are they spinning around tightly, broadly, or not at all? And that's when we'll see if there are any tornado warnings issued tomorrow evening. The timing on the screen looks to be pretty much in line with what we were thinking. The main line gets through here by around 8 o'clock. We could see a little stuff developing on the backside, but typically that's not as big as the first line. One and done is probably the only time we'll be concerned about severe weather warnings. Right now, our whole area is in a level 2 risk for severe thunderstorms. And what that means is that we're all going to be kind of watching for decent coverage of severe weather. Now, as far as tornado risk, right now, it's only for eastern and central North Carolina. But I got to tell you, I kind of think this needs to be pulled farther off to the west. We don't make that call. We'll see if that gets adjusted later on this evening or tomorrow. But it's enough that we're mentioning that threat for you this evening. I want you to be aware that there could be a tornado or two in even central and western North Carolina for tomorrow. So I'll pop myself off so you can see this graphic in full. We are looking at a wind threat that's pretty much bordering on the high range for tomorrow. There's a hail threat, and there is a low tornado threat as well. I'm not concerned about flooding, and I know that might seem silly based on the fact that we just got a lot of rain, but these things are moving fast. And usually with flooding, it has a lot to do with the speed of the storm just as much as the intensity of the rain. If it rains hard for an hour, we can usually handle that. But if it rains hard for 5 hours, that's like what we were dealing with last week. This is another model I showed you before, a different one. This is our in-house version. What this one is a little different about is it gives gaps in the action. So tomorrow, if you're in Winston-Salem and this comes to fruition, you're going to say, Tim, what the heck? There are no storms for me. That's a possibility. And we know that going into tomorrow. So it's not a total guarantee that everyone will get a storm, let alone a bad one. But you got to be aware of it because everybody at least has that chance for tomorrow. To kind of sum it up for you before we go to other topics, we've got a weather impact alert. It's for tomorrow. We're talking about scattered severe thunderstorms. The timing is roughly 3 p.m. through around midnight. And yeah, those strong or severe storms are possible, but not a guarantee for everybody in every location. So we'll be tracking it for you every step of the way. and you can be informed and in the know just with everybody else. A couple other interesting things going on. We obviously got warmer today. Temperatures are back into the mid and upper 80s. We had a high temperature of about 87 this afternoon. What's been back to summer, hasn't it? Another interesting thing, and you might have noticed this yourself, but as we get to this time of day, it's becoming more obvious. Look at the smoky haze. This is on our live camera in Burlington right now. This is a little bit noticeable, and I think we'll have a fairly interesting sunset. Sunset nowadays is happening at about 8:15, 8:30. Let's watch for this. There could be a little bit of a spooky sort of sunset. You can see this haze as well in our Winston-Salem sky camera here, and you might say, well, gosh, where's it coming from? Is it from Canada again? Not exactly this time. A lot of this is originating out in Oregon and parts of the West Coast. If you can see that there on the screen, Washington, Idaho, Oregon, Montana, they're having the thickest of the smoke. Now, this is not enough to impact our air quality. It's mostly just up in the atmosphere, not bothering us a bit. Our air quality has been pretty good today, and it should be the next couple days as well. But I just want you to know about it. If you see a weird sunset tonight, there's a reason for that. That's kind of what we're tracking for you. 7-day forecast on the big screen right now. If we look at where we're going, we have that weather impact alert. It's not for the whole day tomorrow. It's for the afternoon and into the evening. And then this is going to be a bit of a treat. I'm looking forward to this myself. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, they all have lower humidity, lower than where we've been anyway. So yes, there will still be summer heat. We'll be in the mid to upper 80s out there. And then by the weekend, we'll start to see a little bit of a return to some rain chances. But those 80s, they're going to feel better than you might expect for July and into the first couple days of August, I guess. There's your dew point trend. Notice right now we're still in that oppressively humid range. Same thing for tomorrow. But once we get toward Wednesday and Thursday, you'll start to feel a little bit of relief, at least temporarily. It won't last forever, but we've got it for a little while longer. So that's your forecast. Again, we're mostly highlighting the weather impact alert. We're going to be back in just about 2 minutes time, letting you know all about the storm threats, plus a special interview about Shark Week that you might want to catch. That's in just about 2 minutes. We'll be right back.